flashcards together using some of the tricks that I've mentioned in this video. I'm going to make a set of flashcards that highlight the positional words. So I'm going to start by selecting the slide that I made that had a picture of the calendar, and I'm going to move that to the top of my presentation. Then I'm going to go to the slide where I typed in my text and formatted it for a sentence, and I'm going to use Edit, Copy, and Edit Paste. Notice the shortcuts are Command C and Command V. I'm going to copy that text box and then paste it on the slide where the picture is. I'm going to need to resize my picture, so I click on it and use the white boxes in the corner. Then I'm going to double click in the text box and type in a sentence. Since I'm making a set of flashcards on positional words, I'm going to ask a question: where is the calendar? Notice that I'm going up to change the size to make it fit on the slide. Then I'm going to click on the slide, making sure it's outlined in yellow so I can duplicate it, Edit, Duplicate. Now I have the same exact slide, but on the second slide I'm going to answer the question. The calendar is in between the cabinets. Notice that the text is too much for the text box, so I'm going to resize it. If that doesn't work, I'm going to highlight it and change the font size. Move the text box where you want it, and that set is done. Next, I'll use the slide that I had the blocks on. Again, I'm going to slide that up to be the third slide. I'm going to the text box where I'd already formatted the question, where is the calendar? I'm going to go to Edit, Copy, and then go to the slide with the blocks and go to Edit, Paste. Again, I'm going to have to resize the block picture, and I will have to double click on the text box and change the sentence. Where is the A block? Again, highlight, making sure it's outlined in yellow, and go to Edit, Duplicate, and all I need to do on the next slide is double click and answer the question. The A block is on top of the B block, or however you want to answer that question. Remember, if you type in too much text and it doesn't fit in the formatted text box that you already have, highlight it and change the font size, or click on the text box and resize it so it fits on the slide. Next, I'm going to use the picture of myself holding the book. I can bring that up underneath the previous slides, going back to that first slide so I can copy and paste the pre-formatted text box, and then moving the picture around so it fits on the slide. Again, using Photo Booth to take pictures of the students or have students take pictures of things to be included in the flashcards is only going to make the flashcards more meaningful for the students. So use Photo Booth when you can to involve the students in the creation of the flashcards. Something else that I'm going to add to my flashcards is just a single slide that has the positional word all by itself. So remember, I created those slides with just one word. I'm going to insert those slides right after the answer to each question. Remember, I can duplicate those slides by going to Edit, Duplicate. So in the first set of flashcards, the positional word was between. Since it doesn't fit, I'm just going to click on those outside white boxes to make that text box fit on my screen. For the block picture, the positional words were on top of, so I'm going to click on that box and type in on top of. And then on the third flashcard, the positional word was next to. One final touch is that on each of the slides where there's the sentence answering the question, you can highlight the positional word and then change the text color to another color, once again emphasizing the words that you're trying to teach the students. Next, we'll learn how to export your flashcards to iPhoto. When you're finished making your flashcards in Keynote, go to Share, Send to, iPhoto. When you click on iPhoto, a screen will pop up where you will click on Next, and then it automatically defaults to naming the album the same name as your Keynote. If you want to type in a different name, do so and click on Send. It will take a few seconds depending on how many flashcards you have. It will open up iPhoto and import your slides as images. Lastly, we will learn how to get your flashcards onto your iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch. Open up iTunes and make sure your device is connected to your computer. When it appears on the left-hand side, click on your device and then find the Photo tab at the very top. Make sure the box is selected that says Sync Photos from iPhoto, and on the left find the album that you just created and put a check mark there. When you press Apply, it will sync that album to your device. Now it's time to use your flashcards on your device. Locate the icon for iPhoto on your device, and then make sure at the top that you click on Albums. If it's on Photos, you'll see individual photos, but if it's on Albums, you will see the albums that you have created in iPhoto. Next, choose an album that you want to work with, and when that happens, you'll see individual images for each of the flashcards. Click on the first flashcard, and depending on how you are holding your device, the flashcards will appear in landscape or portrait mode. Now you can swipe through the cards at your leisure. If you want to go back to the album, simply click in the middle of the card, and in the upper left-hand corner you can get back to all of the flashcards, and if you click once more in the upper left-hand corner, you can get back to all of the albums available on your device. Here are some additional examples of how I have used Keynote to create flashcards. This first example contains addition facts. There are 200 slides. I did not create those slides individually. I started with the first slide being my problem, and I formatted that the way I wanted it. The second slide is the answer, and then I duplicated that, and then all I had to do was go back in and change the facts. Here is another example. I made a set of flashcards for coins. I created the first slide having the coins and the second slide having the notation. Again, I duplicated that set of slides and just changed the amounts with the coins, and then edited the second slide to match the amount. With a few copy and pastes, I was able to create several different coin amounts using the images. The last example has slides for each day of the week. I haven't decided if I'm going to add sentences or pictures, but I thought I would mention that you can also record your voice with these Keynote flashcards. Under File, you'll see Record Slideshow, and you can either narrate the cards or have a song, maybe children singing the days of the week song. However, these will not be exported as images and flashcards to your iPad. It will actually be exported as a movie. If you go under File, Export, one of the options is to export as a QuickTime movie. And again, this is only if you have included voice on your flashcards. Once you select QuickTime, the playback uses will pick up the recorded timing, and when you hit Next, notice that you can save a .mov file of your flashcards. That movie file then could be played through iTunes on your iPad versus going to the Photo tab to see the flashcards.